Hey, this is George with the New Hunter's Guide, and today I want to talk to you about turkey hunting gear. 101 Gear for Beginners. Now, this is not, overall, all the kinds of gear a turkey hunter could ever want to be comfortable and effective. This is the kind of stuff you need to put in mind in order to get out in the woods for your first time or your first season. What should you be looking at? What should you remember? What should you be thinking about in order to get into the woods and hunt some turkeys? So we're going to jump right into it. The first thing we're going to talk about is a shotgun. You gotta have a shotgun to hunt turkeys. This was my first turkey hunting shotgun right here. This is a Browning Auto 5 Sweet 16 gauge. It's a real nice piece of equipment. It's a fairly old shotgun. This is actually my wife's shotgun, and when we got married, her dad gave it to her, and his dad giving it to him. It was kind of the family heirloom kind of the shotgun, and it's a real nice shotgun in a lot of ways. Not the best turkey hunting shotgun. Why? Reason being, number one, it's supposed to be a semi-automatic, and it's usually not. You shoot it, and sometimes it would reload, sometimes it wouldn't. So every time you want to shoot it, you had to pull it back and recock it, which is worse than a pump action by far. So it was basically a single-shot shotgun. But hey, got me in the woods. It's what you needed. Also, it has this sort of goofy adjustable choke, which is a great idea. Sounds great on paper. Lots of people could make great YouTube videos about that. But in reality, it's pretty much a modified choke no matter how tight you get it into the full choke area. So it's only useful to about 20 yards. So you got the single shot shotgun that's only good to about 20 yards, and that's what I went into the woods with my first time. Now, the thing you need to keep in mind about turkey hunting shotguns is any shotgun will work. The best shotgun for you to get as a new turkey hunter is whatever shotgun you already have or can borrow. That's the best gun to start with. If you can avoid spending money, avoid it. If you can borrow anything, I don't care if it's a 16 gauge, 20 gauge, 28 gauge. There's some people that have hunted turkeys with a 410. And if you get super high-end tungsten ammo, you could give it a shot. But any regular shotgun will work, whether it's 12, 16, 20, even 28 gauge will work. If you get a turkey within 20 to 30 yards, pretty much any shotgun's going to do the job. But that's the best thing to do. Get anything that you can get that you don't have to spend money for. Or if you do have to buy something, go and get the cheapest used shotgun you can get. Maybe a pump action, maybe an over-under, whatever you can get cheap. $100, $200, get you started, get you in the woods. Because here's the thing. If you want to go out and buy an expensive shotgun, even if you have the money, you don't know what you want. You don't know what you like. You don't know what's going to complement your style of turkey hunting. You need to hunt first, and then you can know what kind of shotgun would help you turkey hunt. You can internet shop, and you can, backseat shop all you want, and you can read all the blogs and watch all the videos and get everybody's opinion. But at the end of the day, none of those people are you. So until you get in the woods, until you understand what would help you, what would be effective for you, there's just no way you can make a great decision on what shotgun to get. So I want to encourage you, start with whatever you have or whatever you can borrow or whatever you can get super cheap, and then get out in the woods. Before we go any further, go ahead and let me know in the comments below what kinds of things you'd like me to talk about in terms of turkey hunting shotguns. Shotguns, ammo, other gear. I'm going to cover a bunch of things in this video, but if I don't cover what you want me to talk about, let me know, and I'll be happy to do future videos and focus on specific kinds of gear. So moving forward, if you're going to have a shotgun, you need to have shotgun shells. So there's three major kinds of turkey hunting shells, and this could be its own episode, but I'm just going to cover it quickly. You've got your standard loads, low brass target loads. I think this is a 7.5 shot, 2 3/4 inch target load. You'd use this to shoot clay pigeons out of the air, maybe shoot at doves, maybe even squirrels. A lot of people would never think of taking something like this into the woods to hunt turkeys. But the truth of the matter is, at 20, 25, even 30 yards, this will kill a turkey just as dead as the most expensive load you can buy on the planet. And in a normal economy that's not affected by a pandemic, this typical shell right here, you can maybe pick up, a box of these, ends up costing you somewhere around 20 to 30 cents a shell, depending on where you live and what kind of store you have. So if you can get a hold of anything, you can go turkey hunting. This will work. One of the most effective turkey hunters I know, who's turkey hunted for 40 years, has literally written 4 books on the subject of turkey hunting. He started with a 10-gauge Magnum gun, and now many years later he realized, you know what, that was a misguided adventure, and he now only hunts with 12-gauge 2 3/4-inch target loads. And he tries to get those birds within 25 yards. And I think the last count that he gave me, he has killed 43 out of 43 birds that were within 30, or that he shot at. Because he only shoots if they're within 30 yards. So that's 100% kill rate within 30 yards with one of these super cheap loads. The next load you could look at, you've got a high brass shotgun load that is more power. So if you put these side by side, this is a 3-inch, this is a 2 3/4-inch. Like, it doesn't look that much different. Well, it's not. But you can see the brass is way bigger on this one. This might help you focus. That extra brass right here usually means more powder. This has more load inside. There's actually more lead in it. And this one's usually like a number 6 shot, number 5 shot, number 4 shot, something like that. So something like this is the next step up. What this is going to do is give you a little bit more range. It's going to give you a little bit more knockdown power. These shells, though, this one was maybe 30 cents a shell. These go up to about $1 a shell. Maybe right around that. You usually get a box of 25 for maybe $20 to $25. And these are not labeled as turkey loads most of the time. Although, to be honest with you, most of the turkey loads are this. This is a number 6 shot, high velocity. I don't remember exactly what the lead count was on it, but you're going to get more power, you're going to get a little bit more range, and you're going to have maybe a little less drop. From there, you can upgrade even further, and you can get the super high-end expensive turkey loads. Now, this is not the most expensive turkey load, but you can see shells maybe a little bit bigger. You've got a little bit more powder, a little bit more shot. This is almost 2 ounces of turkey shot. And these ones are specially engineered for turkey hunting. They usually have some kind of special wad or some kind of flight control something or special shot or shot cup or whatever that's going to keep that shot together longer to give you a better pattern down range. So if I put them all together right next to each other, about as well as I could do this, you can see here, this one is your least amount of power, least amount of shot. That one's middle. These ones get up more to the $2 per shell range. That's right. So the idea here, though, is with this one, you're going to have still a little bit more range. So this one might be good to 30 yards. This one might be good to 40 yards. This one might give you the ability to punch out maybe to 45 yards. I don't really believe in shooting at turkeys much further than that. I don't know if you've ever put up a turkey target or tried to shoot at a turkey at 50 yards. At 50 yards, a turkey's head basically is almost too small to even see, let alone aim at. The bead on your shotgun's going to be bigger than the head. I mean, they're super hard to even see. And some people boast of being able to shoot out to 50, 60 yards. I don't buy it, but for beginners especially, just put that out of your mind. Your goal is to get a turkey to 30 yards. That's what you're trying to do. Get a bird within 30 yards, so this will work. This will give you some margin for error, and this one would give you, the ability to punch out a little bit further and take a longer shot. Now, these aren't all that there is. You've got tungsten loads as well, which are in the $5 to $10 per round shot. I do not believe in using that for a new hunter, period. It's not worth it. You're going to spend $50 just going to the range to sight yourself in and pattern your shotgun and see where it shoots. And every time you shoot or miss, you're $10, $10, $10. You could reach a point, maybe you want to give that a shot, but I don't recommend it at all. I recommend you either go with these or with these. Get yourself a gun, get yourself some of these or some of these. If you really want to step up to something like that, I still don't think a new hunter needs to do that. And here's I think the improvement. You got this one, which will do the job. This one, which will give you maybe 20%, you know, more oomph, more effectiveness. This might add another 10%. You're not adding that much. The more you spend, the less you get in terms of additional performance. So those are some of your options. What's bigger than all that is the choke that you use. So you want to make sure you're using an extra full choke in your shotgun. Extra full turkey choke, something like that, that's going to keep that pattern narrow at 30, 40 yards. The idea being, you know, turkey's head is, you know, smaller than this, and you want to get as many pellets as you can impacting that head, trying to make sure you hit a vital area and put that bird out instantly so that it doesn't suffer. You got a clean kill and don't damage any meat. So you got your shotgun, you got your shells. Now you need to make sure you've got some camo. You gotta have good concealment for turkey hunting. You maybe don't need full camo from head to toe. You can maybe get away with some dark brown, earth tone kind of pants and stuff. But I really feel like when you get to your jacket, your gloves, and your head, then you really need some kind of camo. And that does not have to be super expensive. I think I got a camo jacket, one of the ones behind me here at not at Dunham's, at Ollie's, you know, years ago for like 10 or 20 bucks. Full camo jacket. You know, is it that warm? No, but you could layer underneath of it if it's a cold morning in the spring. You can make that thing work for almost any spring hunting weather conditions. Another thing you need is face covering. So I like to go with one of these. It's, you know, just wrap around face cover. You got the little straps here that go around the back. And then all you can see here is your eyes. Your eyes come out. What's beautiful about these is that they're super cheap. I think this one was 10 bucks or 9 bucks at Walmart all day, every day. You know, you could get them anywhere from $8 to $12, something like this or just like it. I don't know if you can see real well, but it is super thin, super duper thin. There's nothing to this, you know, but at a distance, it'll cover your face perfectly, you know, but it's super thin. This is great because if it's cold, you can wear anything you want under this. You can wear a hat, you could wear a ski mask, you can wear anything, whatever you already own, then you throw this on top and boom, your camo. If it's super duper hot, you can wear nothing except this. It won't make you hotter. You know, you won't have any overheating problems. You can breathe just fine. Super easy. You need to have something like this. Then you got to have some camo gloves because your hands are going to be up calling or working your shotgun. So, you know, I've got a pair of camo gloves like these. I think I picked these up at one of the big box stores several years ago. You can get something like these $10, $15, $20, almost never more than that. You know, they're just simple interior. They're actually surprisingly warm. And they got some little grips on the palm and, you know, things like that, make it sticky. You can get something like this at Walmart. Anywhere you want to get them, just make sure you try them on. Always try on gloves before you buy them. Put your hand in that glove, see how it fits. Don't go just by recommended sizing charts. Put that glove on your hand, see how it is. And these are great for in the turkey woods. Perfect concealment. Good grip, keeps you warm on cool mornings. You can shoot with this, no problem. It's super thin, protects you from brush and jaggers more than you would even think, and super duper helpful. One thing you never ever want to wear in the turkey woods is anything that is blue, white, or red. Reasons being, those are the color of a gobbler's head. You're wearing blue, white, or red, you are going to be a target to other hunters. And of course, gobblers can see that pretty clearly. They can see all the colors. So you never want to do that because other hunters could see that. They could think that's a gobbler's head, and then you could have shotgun shells flying towards you in your direction. So never do that. Next thing is footwear. You can wear anything. You know, anything that's brown, black, dark earth tones. Doesn't have to be special boots. You know, first time I went out hunting ever, I told you I was wearing sneakers, which was terrible. You don't want to do that. Old pair of brown dress shoes is better than that. Just anything brown, anything that's not going to breathe. Otherwise, you'll get cold even in the spring. What I like to wear, I've got a pair of these. These are, I don't know, some kind of boots, Carhartt boots. This is actually the second pair of the same kind of boot that I bought. I wore the first ones out. These got nice tread. They're a hiking / work / hunting boot. All purpose. They're not too heavy. I think they do have a composite toe, not a steel toe. Steel toe weighs too much for hunting. I wouldn't recommend something like that. But these, I can cover any terrain in the woods. I can walk through sticks. I can walk through gravel, branches, garbage, jaggers. Those work great. You don't need something that heavy duty though. Anything you have will work. A pair of hiking boots, hiking shoes, anything that you can walk some distance in, especially if you're going to be running and gunning. You need something on your feet. I don't like to go with super heavy duty boots. That's not my thing. I think I've got, I like to wear a big heavy duty boot like this for deer hunting or waterfowl hunting or something like that. You can use it for turkey hunting, but it's not super good for covering distance. You want to have something you can walk in, you can hike in, that's comfortable and not noisy. That big boot has a wider footprint. You're more clumsy in it. So you're much more likely to step on a stick or a twig or something. So if you're out moving, something nimble on your feet, which will still protect your ankles as you walk through uneven ground and stuff, is going to help you a lot. A lot of people say you got to get a turkey vest to get out in the woods. Some hunters swear by turkey vests. Some hunters would never dare don a turkey vest into the woods. You don't need a turkey vest. I personally like turkey vests. I got one my second or third season out. It complements my style of hunting, but you certainly don't need one. And you absolutely do not need one your first season out or your first time out in the woods. Turkey vest there's no magic to it. It's not going to do anything that, you're not going to be able to do with regular pockets or a small backpack. You don't need that. If you do want one, which you would only really discover if you get out and do some hunting, would something like that complement your style and the way you'd like to hunt, then you can get one, next year, whenever you've got more budget available. And how you hunt matters too. If you're running and gunning, a turkey vest might matter more. If you're going to go out in the morning and sit in the same spot all day, it's going to help, it's going to make less of a difference. So not a huge deal on a turkey vest. Next item. But before we get to that, I really want to encourage you guys, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that bell notification. That way you can get every new video that comes out. Please comment, leave something in the notes below. That really helps the algorithm and getting the show out to more people on YouTube. Hit that thumbs up button, like button to, show your support and help get the content out to more people. And check out the website, New Hunter's Guide at newhuntersguide.com. The podcast, which is at the website, of course, newhuntersguide.com. Or wherever you listen to podcasts, you can get it. So next item, and this is something that I overlooked at the beginning, and a lot of people overlook, you need a seat of some kind. You need something to sit on in the woods. Because usually you're not going to find a dry, comfortable spot to lean against sitting on the ground. You're going to get wet, cold, uncomfortable. I like to use something like this. This is, it's a fold-down seat. I'm not sure how well you can see this on the video, but it's a fold-down seat. Opens up like this. And this works really good. You can use this in a tree stand. You can use this pretty much anywhere. Let me adjust these straps. And, just comes together just like that. And so you've got a back and you've got a seat. You don't need something that big. You don't need something that complex. You need something to sit on. So some people like to cut up an exercise mat and just sit on that little piece of foam. That will do worlds of good and cost almost nothing compared to sitting on cold, wet dirt. And you want to be on the ground, usually. You want to be on the ground, lean up against something, a tree, a boulder, whatever you can do. That really helps. So you want something you can sit on, old exercise mats. They make those foam kids flooring interlocks like jigsaw puzzles. You can cut yourself. You only need a square this big just to sit on. And it really doesn't matter what color it is. If it's only this big, you're going to be covering it. So it could be bright yellow, but you're going to be sitting on it. When you're not sitting on it, it could be in your pack. So you want something you can sit on that's going to give you a little bit of comfort, but most importantly, keep you dry and just let you sit on a bunch of uneven, scraggly stuff without having to clear out the ground and make it flat and put some leaves down. You might not have time to do all that. And if you're going to sit there for any amount of time, that's going to be really tough. Another thing you need are calls. I recommend a number of different calls. I'm actually going to do a video on the best 3 calls for new turkey hunters. But a box call, something like this, super easy. You can use that when you're out in the woods. You need something to call the turkeys. That's relatively important. Of course, you got to have your hunting license. You got to have your turkey tag. You want to have some string or a zip tie, something you can tie the tag onto the turkey's leg once you shoot one. And, and a pen, you can fill that tag out, of course. And then one thing that is hugely overlooked, maybe the most overlooked thing, you need some water. You're going to cover ground. You're going to be sitting out there. You might cover miles, or even not. You might just sit there for hours. You need to have water. You need to be able to hydrate, especially if you're running and gunning or doing anything that you're covering ground. Bring a bottle of water. You can throw it in your pocket, throw it in your jacket pocket. Even if you're just wearing a hoodie like this, you just, boom, stick it in your hoodie pocket. You're good to go. You can take a smaller bottle of water, whatever you want to do. Make sure you've got water with you. If you're going to hunt in your backyard behind your house, maybe you don't need to take water with you. But if you're going to cover any amount of ground, you're going to get thirsty, and you'd be able to take better care of yourself. Take a snack if you want it, something like that. So I hope this is helpful for you guys. Make sure you head to the website, newhuntersguide.com. Check out all the other episodes on turkey hunting. Hit subscribe below. All the other episodes that have come and are coming out on YouTube. I've got a bunch of them. And then please leave a comment, like, and then, tell other people. Share the channel. Help get the word out to more hunters, to new hunters. Maybe you've got friends that they've hunted deer for 20 years, but they've never gone turkey hunting. Get this into their hands. So till next time, God bless you guys, and go get them in the woods. And don't forget, you can get this gear. You can get the stuff you need super cheap. Doesn't have to cost a lot. There are workarounds for almost anything. On top of a shotgun, you could probably get into the woods spending less than $50 or, right around there, maybe 50 to 100 if you get some of the better stuff. But it's not super expensive. Jump on Craigslist, find some different apps, resale apps, things like that. You can get things super cheap and go to stores you wouldn't normally think of. Go to places like Ollie's, go to discount stores, go to wherever they might have discount type stuff, things that are on sale and clearance and oversolds. Get you something camo-y that you can put over top of whatever you got that'll keep you warm. But that's enough of me talking at you. Have a good one and catch you later.